Hey guys, I'm back again with another video, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to build a Sonosub.
Counting double-digit thousands back.
So what exactly is a Sonosub? Well, a Sonosub is a subwoofer built into one of these, which is called a sonotube, or more commonly known as a concrete forming tube. And it's really just a tube that they pour concrete in that's made out of cardboard. So why would someone build a subwoofer into one of these? Well, there's actually a couple main advantages to this. So one of the benefits is you might think I'm really strong. Well, no, this is actually very light. This thing is just made out of cardboard, and because of that, it makes the Sonosub a very light subwoofer and very easy to move around. In fact, you don't even need any bracing in here, which makes it really an unbelievably light subwoofer option. And if you've picked up subwoofers before, you know how great that can be for you. Now, another reason why you might want a Sonosub is because of its size. Believe it or not, a Sonosub typically can take up a lot less floor space than a normal rectangular. Now, why would that be? Well, it's pretty basic. It's just going to be the diameter of whatever your tube is. So if you want a 14-inch diameter, 16-inch diameter, it's going to be that much floor space that it's taking up. Now, the height might change, but the actual floor space is going to be very minimal. And the final benefit is actually its shape. If you notice, this is a cylinder, and because it's a cylinder, it actually has quite a few acoustical benefits as far as internal reflections go. And it can actually give you a better response than it could in a cube. Now, if you want some more reading on that, I did link an article down below which kind of gives some science behind that as well. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and teach you how to build one of these. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up WinISD like we always do, and we're going to calculate some type of volume. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you a Sonosub that I'm in the process of building right now that'll have a build video out for you shortly. We're going to use this Dayton 8-inch high-fidelity subwoofer. It is the RS210HF-4, and we're going to model it with that 16-inch sonotube that I was showing you earlier. Now, part of you are going to figure out, how do we get the cubic feet? Well, it's pretty simple. What we're going to do is we're going to open up a Google web page, and when we open up this Google web page, we're going to just search for cylinder volume. Now, one thing that I should note is that if you take a look at the Sonosubs, or the sonotubes, I'm sorry, if you look at these sonotubes, you're going to see that they actually have a pretty interesting statement on them. It says that they are nominal 16 inches and plus or minus 0.5 of an inch. What does that mean? That means measure it first, because that means that the internal could be actually much smaller than 16 inches. It could be as small as 15.5 and as big as 16.5. So measure that first to make sure what your tube actual size, internal size is. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to divide that by 2. So if it's 16 inches, which is in our case, that is 8 inches. We're going to find that radius. Alright guys, so now that we found our radius, what we want to do is figure out the length of the tube. And so we're going to throw in calculations to get the cubic inches and convert that to cubic feet. There is one thing that you're going to want to do before you do that, though, is to pay attention to what your size your end caps are going to be. Now, most people are going to put the end caps inside the tube. That way they know that they have a perfectly good seal to those. Now, because of that, you need to subtract that amount of material that's going to go inside the tube. So, for example, if we have a 16-inch long tube and we're using half-inch material, that means there's actually only 15 inches inside the tube, and so we need to calculate for that. And this is going to give us the cubic inch volume of the speaker. Now we need cubic feet, so we're just going to do a quick conversion on Google and figure out exactly what that is. Now I know I want mine to be about 1.75 cubic feet, and so there we go. We actually already have it. Now if you didn't get it the first time, just keep reworking your calculations until you get it. Either increase your length of your tube or decrease it until you find that. Now let's throw it in WinISD with that cubic feet and kind of see what we want to get as far as a port, and we'll go from there. So really guys, the rest of the building of this box is just the same way you would build a cube. The only difference is that you're putting it in a cylinder shape instead of a cube shape. And so we're going to figure out the port size. Now I'm going to use a 3-inch port on this particular project, and I'm going to tune it somewhere between 20 and 25 hertz. Let's take a look at the different sizes that we can see, and we'll see which ones we can actually fit in our box. Alright guys, now it's actually that simple to make a Sonosub. Believe it or not, it's not really that much different than actually doing a normal square sub. The only difference is the shape and of course the assumed benefits that you get from putting it inside a cylinder, such as the weight and everything else that we've gone over already. So I would highly suggest that anyone that wants to maybe save a little bit of space, save a little weight, maybe save a little cost, because it is typically cheaper to build a Sonosub, to go ahead and try to build one of these. And by the way guys, this doesn't just work on subwoofers, this does work on mid-ranges, this works on regular woofers, this works on pretty much any speaker that you want to build. So go ahead and experiment with these Sonosubs, even the packaging tubes, and see what you can come up with. Now if you have any questions, if you have anything that you didn't think I answered clearly, leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and as I try to answer those as soon as I can. Alright guys, thanks, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Counting double-digit thousands.